And when I take accountability and you take advantage of me taking accountability and you take that as a, see, I know she be back instead of me taking accountability and you taking advantage of that, it really just killed everything.
Cardi finally accepted to pay Offset spousal support. And this man done asked for 70% of everything?
On October 6, 2025, the On Purpose with Jay Shady episode featuring Cardi B dropped. And wow, this one hit deep. The whole talk circled around her emotional healing and everything she's been dealing with since that messy breakup with Offset. She got real about being alone out in Los Angeles, trying her hardest not to reach out to him. But somehow she kept slipping back into that same cycle. It's like she was trapped between what her heart wanted and what her peace needed, and then, boom, things went left again. Cardi explained that she did her part. She took accountability, she tried to fix things, but it didn't work. So she walked away. But here's the wild part. Her reward for taking accountability, while Offset refused to do the same, more drama. According to her, Offset's been holding the divorce hostage, allegedly saying he won't sign off unless she handles a few things first, like paying off certain bills, taking care of some taxes, and even handing over properties. That's when fans started losing it online. Now, the internet's buzzing with fresh rumors. People are saying Offset isn't just asking for a fair split, he supposedly wants spousal support and a 70-30 cut in his favor. That's right, not an even 50-50. While it's still unconfirmed, fans are convinced Cardi might end up cutting him a big check when this all settles. But here's where it gets even messier. People online are connecting this to another shocking claim, that Cardi B allegedly got pregnant by NFL star Stefon Diggs. The internet's exploding over this one, and if that's true, it could explain why things between Cardi and Offset have gotten so bitter lately. The tea just keeps spilling. That's the rumor everybody's whispering about. But what could make Offset so furious with Cardi B right now? Let's break it down because there's a lot more behind this than just heartbreak. We already know Offset cheated. That part's public. And Cardi even admitted she had to take accountability for some things she did wrong in the relationship. But there's one move that would make any man lose his mind completely. Remember that photo Cardi posted? Yeah, the one where she styled Offset's son with the exact same hairstyle as Stefon Diggs. Fans instantly clocked the resemblance, and the internet went wild. Now let's be real, Cardi can go low when she wants to. She's known for throwing shots, calling people out, even talking about people's kids if she's pushed far enough. But this was straight up savage. It hit so deep that Offset snapped publicly. Back on June 3rd, 2025, he posted saying, "When somebody play with my son, then call me the crash out." He made it clear, mess with his child and all bets are off. Honestly, any parent would feel that. Even if Offset's not perfect, that kind of move cuts deep. Once you bring the kids into the mess, there's no going back. Imagine being Offset, watching your ex, who's now allegedly pregnant by another man, using your son's image in a way that connects to her new flame. That's beyond disrespectful. And for him, that was the final straw. You can cheat, argue, or drag each other online, but once the kids get involved, it's a different type of pain. He probably felt humiliated, angry, and betrayed, and now he wants payback. And here's where it gets even more layered. Offset wasn't just her husband, he played a major role in Cardi's come up. People forget that before Offset stepped in, Cardi admitted she was being scammed left and right in the music business.
Person for a month. I will not give in. I will not forgive this easy. I will not go back. I will not go to the pattern. I will not go through it. But I was crying every day. I was hurt every day. I was out here in LA in a mansion by myself. I was thinking about it every single day. And when your heart is not done, your heart is not done. I'm pregnant. I'm going to accept my flaws, the flaws that I bring in this marriage. I'm going to apologize for it, and I'm going to work on it.
She came from social media fame and reality TV, not the hip-hop trenches. Offset's the one who put her on game, introduced her to the right people, and helped her navigate the industry. She went from getting played to running the charts, and a lot of that foundation started with him. So now, from his point of view, she's not only left him and moved on, allegedly with another man's baby, but also turned around and disrespected him using his own child's image. That's a double slap in the face. And here's the part people don't want to say out loud. If fans are so mad that Offset wants money out of this divorce, maybe the real question should be, why couldn't Cardi B end up with someone richer than Offset if she's really the boss everyone says she is? Damn. That's the piece no one wants to touch, but it's sitting right there in the middle of the drama. See, this is what people keep missing. Sometimes you can date somebody with the same kind of money, but that doesn't mean it's ever gonna turn into marriage. Let's take an example. Imagine Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. They might look good together, hang out for a while, and make headlines. But trust me, Klay's never putting a ring on it. It might last a year at best, but marriage, not happening. Why? Because men with serious money think differently. A rich, established guy isn't trying to lock down a woman who comes with a whole media storm attached. It's not even about looks or fame. It's about peace, image, and control. A man with millions isn't looking to deal with constant chaos, headlines, and controversy. And that's exactly why a man like Offset made sense for Cardi B. Let's be real, she wasn't pulling a Jay-Z type. Cardi had to invest in her husband because that was the best option available at the time. Offset understood her world, the fame, the noise, the hustle. But someone like Stefon Diggs, he's not putting a ring on her finger. He might give her a baby, sure, but marriage, no way. Cardi knows that deep down. That's probably why she's settling for less emotionally right now. Maybe she's just tired of the drama, tired of chasing something real that never lasts. So instead, she's just living her life, having fun, and letting the chaos play out. And honestly, if that's her choice, that's her business. But let's not act shocked when men with real discipline and structure don't see her as wife material. Look, Cardi's got hits, money, and fame, but she also dropped a track like WAP. That song defines her brand, wild, bold, and unapologetic. But that same energy that made her rich also makes a lot of powerful men keep their distance when it comes to long-term commitment. A man who's stable, careful with his money, and thinking about legacy isn't trying to build a household with that kind of public image. So when people start crying foul about Offset wanting her money, maybe they should be asking something else. Why hasn't Cardi B been able to lock down anyone better than him? That's the real question nobody wants to touch, because deep down, it says a lot about how relationships work in this new era of fame and money. And here's another hard truth. This whole situation is a reflection of the times we're living in. A lot of women haven't realized that the script has flipped. Men today aren't rushing to play the provider role like they used to. Equality changed the game, and now men are just as opportunistic as women, especially when they've been hurt. So yeah, when Offset demands his share, it's not just about revenge, it's a sign of how relationships in the spotlight have shifted. Everybody's playing the same game now, and no one wants to walk away empty-handed. See, this is the reality people don't want to face. When you've got money, somebody's always coming for it. And nowadays, it's not just women going after men's pockets. The tables have flipped. We've seen it again and again. Men demanding spousal support, men claiming half the house, even men chasing after their ex's retirement funds. It's wild. But that's the price you pay when you end up with a man who doesn't bring more to the table than you do. A lot of women out here are focused on living their best lives, chasing the bag, chasing fame, and chasing freedom. And that's fine. But when it comes to appealing to a man who's actually at or above their level, many just don't care anymore. They're more concerned with staying relevant in their industry than building something solid with a partner who can match or surpass them. And that's where the danger starts creeping in. Because when you stop caring about what kind of man you attract, you open the door for the wrong one. The kind who'll sweet talk you, show you love, and play the perfect partner until things fall apart. That's when his true motive shows. And when he realizes the cash flow is gone, suddenly he's lawyering up, talking about what's mine is mine and what's yours is ours. It's the same playbook women used for decades. Now men are just running it back in reverse. It used to be simple. When a man and woman split, the guy just walked away with pride and started over. But not anymore. Men have caught on, and if there's money on the table, they're not leaving empty-handed. Let me give you an example. My parents' story. Back in the day when they divorced, my dad wasn't making nearly as much as my mom, but instead of fighting over every dime, he let her keep the house. And this wasn't just any house. It was in Del Paso Heights, and my grandmother on my dad's side had co-signed for it so the family could have a place to stay. Still, my dad said, "My kid's gotta be good," and he walked away with nothing. That's what being a real one looks like. When you love your kids, you sacrifice your comfort for their stability. Now fast forward to this situation with Cardi B and Offset. Completely different story. Cardi's sitting on an estimated $100 million, while Offset's had his fair share of bad money moves. He could take the high road, walk away clean, and rebuild, but instead, it's looking like he's trying to cash in. And let's not forget that picture Cardi posted using Offset's son to mirror Stefon Diggs' look. That right there crossed a line. Once you pull something like that, it's game over. No forgiveness, no peace talks. Offset saw that and probably said, nah, I'm getting mine. Because at that point, it's not just about money. It's about pride, revenge, and payback for being publicly embarrassed. So yeah, when you play dirty in love, the consequences hit hard, especially when both sides got money, fame, and egos on the line. Now we're enemies for life. You pull a stunt like that, put my kid rocking another man's hairstyle, and I'm coming for everything, even if I don't need it. Once the gloves come off, it's on site and public, and that changes the whole game instantly. A lot of people don't get this. Push a man to that breaking point and he stops playing by the quiet rules. Even if you think he did you wrong, once you publicly drag his kid into the mess, that's unforgivable, and now he wants it all back. That's how grudges turn into full-on money fights. Is it something you just shouldn't do? Absolutely. There's an unspoken code about kids and respect, and breaking that code flips the switch on any chance of sympathy. I don't feel sorry for someone who crossed that boundary and then put it online for clout. If you wanted peace, you wouldn't have played that card, but being Cardi B is a whole brand, and that brand makes choices. And remember, when you act like that, you invite folks like Offset or Stefon Diggs into the story, and now it's not private no more. It's a headline war. What you think, fam? Drop your takes in the comments, smash that like button, share this with somebody who needs the tea, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you on the next one.